Hopefully everyone's doing well. My name is EQ and welcome to Stonkaholics. Woo! As you can see, we're getting ready to go down to Miami for Miami Crypto Experience from November 10th to the 12th. I'm going to be teaching 2 workshops there on the 11th and the 12th. So if you're going to be at this crypto experience, make sure to check out my workshops. But before I headed down to Miami, I wanted to drop a couple more videos for you guys that I can drop while I'm at the expo. This is a new project. If you're into gaming NFTs, you can get into this way before anyone else does. And what I mean by that is that we're going into a pre-sale tomorrow, and then at the end of this month, we're going to be going into the actual token launch. And at the end of the month, we're going to have the IDO, or the initial DEX offering. And this is a project that was able to get $1.8 million secured in Series A funding. So this is one we're really excited to get into on the ground floor. Shout out to Iron Man, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. But before we get into all that, if you could take a second to throw a like on this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out our Crypto Accelerator program, all of that would be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, roll the intro. Let me start this off by saying that this project is so new, the website hasn't even been opened yet. That will be finalized and open soon. Now they also have only 1,000 followers on Twitter, so this is a really new project that you can get into, but as you can see by the artwork and the pieces, all looks amazing, really great content, really great graphics. Here's our token launch. It's going to be happening November 22nd. Now this is going to be listing on LZ. That's going to be Launch Zone. This is a DeFi platform. This is a DeFi platform that is host to a lot of these IDO launches. And as a main investor, Launch Zone is pleased to announce that they'll be hosting the Chains Wars IDO. It's a new and innovative metaverse play-to-earn project backed and incubated by Moonlift. And if you don't know who Moonlift is, they have around 20,000 followers, Moonlift Capital. And Launch Zone itself has around 224,000 followers. So these two companies that are carrying this project have really big names, and I'm expecting a lot from Chain Wars. Now, what's going to make this very interesting is that it is cross-chain, so it's an upcoming space-themed digital collectible card game that runs on BSC and Ethereum. So the fact that it's interoperable is going to be very good advantage for them, especially right out the gate. Now, form the strongest deck. You'll be able to form the strongest deck consisting out of player-owned NFT cards. Now you'll be able to collect these cards and compete with other players in the metaverse. And finally, the last big partner we're going to be mentioning through Twitter is going to be Safe Launch. So Safe Launch and Chain Wars are excited to announce a new partnership and to give launchers an opportunity to participate in the private sale happening tomorrow, November 10th at 1 p.m. UTC. The price is going to be 10 cents. And the public sale is going to be at 25 cents. So you're guaranteed a nice little increase in price right off the bat if you're able to get in this private sale. Check out Safe Launch if you want to learn more about how to get into this process. But you can get into this even cheaper, and this is why we're talking about this now, because it's going to be really exciting stuff now that we're getting to the launches and everything like that. This is really when you can take advantage of buying at the bottom and riding this all the way up. I'm very excited to see this gameplay coming out as well. I love all the art. I'm a big fan of it. Their docs are open and transparent as well. And they're looking to be a top-tier player in the play-to-earn games. That's a new concept that they're able to be very innovative with. They'll provide ways of earning valuable property, which you can be the owner of, no intermediaries involved. So the story behind Chain Wars is that it evolves around a story of galactic warfare. As machines breach the barriers of the servitude of humans, they form their own needs to conquer and destroy. The gameplay is going to be a strategic card game. The cards are created by their own designers and made compatible by their game and blockchain developers. In the near future, they want to collaborate with community artists for creating new cards. And the cards are going to differ by species, type, and rarity. They have a neutral species and species that relate to associated networks. These are Chain Wars Neutral, Origin, Ethereum, and Nimble Binance Smart Chain. The Chain Wars consist. Now, although the species make cards unique, the types of cards are going to remain the same and the stats on the cards differ, but the main functions are basic. You have hero cards, which is going to be the main card. If this card dies, it's game over. Now you have minion cards, which can be used in the playfield. There are different types of minions, but every one of them has a health, attack, and mana cost indicated with a description. Provoke is a minion that has to be prioritized when the enemy attacks you, and a buff is a minion that buffs other friendly minions. And abilities break all the laws that limit minions and has the option to damage or heal and influence mana and card use. And finally, rune cards, where the opponent will not know its function until it meets a certain requirement for activation. Now, rarities divide into 2 clusters, tiers and forms. The tiers are simply the gradations of strongness they assign to the cards. Tiers are common, rare, epic, and legendary. Forms are mostly cosmetic but also provide stat boost. Forms are common, gold, diamond, and rainbow. Common cards get no boost, and all the way up to a rainbow, which can be a +4 and +4. Now, how to play this game? The main goal of the game is getting and selecting a strong, diverse deck of cards so you can compete with the best players in the world. You want to apply your strategic choices before you enter the game by mindfully picking your deck, then choosing your quick thinking in-game to get better cards, buy, or earn loot boxes. Land will be the support of secondary game mode. Land is essentially a planet divided into lots and plots of building space, and the players can upgrade their deck, personalize their character and piece of land, and socialize with other players. Now, rewards all have their own use cases. Most of them come down to upgrading your deck and cards, but you can also decide to trade with some of them. We want to emphasize the importance of this because in mainstream games, all currency and effort you put into this is eventually lost since it's not your true property. Quick little peek at their loot box. Here's what their loot boxes are going to look like. Really cool design. Now you have the commons, the rares, and the epics, and the legendaries, what's going to be dropping in those tier forms. And here's some color coordinating, so you'll be able to see what color and what card is going to be doing the best. So you can see a legendary and a rainbow would be the best combination. And it's going to be going through seasons as well. So the first day of a month, the season starts. It's going to be kind of similar to Call of Duty, which is great. Everything they have set up in this game is going to work really, really well. They also have a tier system which enables players who invest or hodl more to have a higher influence. This manifests in voting power and reward per win, creating a dynamic in which participating in the game is not only fun but also lucrative and an efficient way of spending time for everyone. It also incentivizes people to hold their tokens instead of dumping them for additional rewards. Now, with your use cases, there's 6 tiers. You have rewards per game, governance, tier holding rewards, and land benefits. The use cases will increase in the number of chain wars evolves. Now, as this game evolves, the more use cases are going to come into play. And then getting into the juicy stuff on the tokenomics for Chain Wars Essence, which is going to be their token. They're pretty transparent with the tokenomics. That's great. It's doxed. Everything looks fine. The team is only getting 15%, seed 10%, reserve 35%, and the marketing is going into the 15% range. They're starting a market cap at 850,000. So we're going to be able to get into this at a starting market cap of under $1 million, which is insane. And as you can see so far, they've already raised $2.5 million, so that was even more than that Series A investment. A key point of these NFT games is going to be sustainability. Now, they went through a few phases designing tokenomics models. They identified a lot of trouble originating from an unhealthy token model. Common problem is an ever-increasing circulation supply, which leads to an unhealthy ecosystem. Lots of projects have bled out over this particular issue. In many cases, the cause of increasing circulation supply was a lack of utility in the token. Now, they have 2 major solutions to the problem they encountered. The first solution is giving lots of utility for CWE. So the governance and tier system incentivizes players to hold CWE and to amplify their play-to-earn experience. Season Pass and tournament play qualifies players to compete in competitive mode in other tournaments. And last but not least, CWE enables users to trade on the NFT marketplace as currency to buy loot boxes. And for the second solution, they've created a unique recycling loop that's concerning the inflow and outflow of circulation supply. They aim to maintain a suiting circulation supply for the amount of activity on the marketplace. And to maintain that sustainability, they designed the use case and allocations of the token so that this infinite circulation loop arises. It is mostly a community effort, but can be monitored and, if needed, corrected by staff as well. So you have your treasury in your market, you have your prize loops, reward pools going into the marketing outflow for NFTs, market outflow from buying loot boxes, going around to the market inflow, winning season tournaments, inflow from rewards, and inflow from receiving CWE from sold loot boxes and season passes. So they have this whole strategy planned out where you're going to get the infinite. And here's a quick look at the rest of the roadmap for the year. You have the token release, the loot box, NFT marketplace, portal release, website release, the game alpha release, and then they're going to be applying on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, DApp, Radar, and Trust Wallet. So again, we're getting into this way before anyone else. You can't even see this on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. So if you're interested in learning more about Chain Wars, I'm going to be dropping the link in the description of this video. So you'll be able to check out all of their stuff, get into these pre-sales, and get into their IDO launch through Launch Zone. So you'll be able to buy and get into Chain Wars very, very early, potentially under $1 million market cap. Now, what that means is that if this was, to example, hit a $1 billion market cap, you're going to get 1,000x return on your money, which is insane. These are the gems that everyone is looking and waiting for. Now, I'm going to be getting into this on the ground level as well. That's why I'm talking to you guys about it now, because I want to make sure that you have a fair advantage as well as when I get into it, instead of me buying it now and then just putting a video about it after we do the release and the pre-sales and everything like that. But yeah, if you're interested, And as you can see, they are docs. They have a Telegram, Discord. They have their announcements, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Everything you would need. The website is coming soon. So if you want to learn more about Chain Wars, definitely do that. Jump into these links in the description. This is going to wrap up this video. If you didn't get a chance to already, make sure to throw a like on our channel, subscribe to our YouTube, check out our Crypto Accelerator program. That would all be greatly appreciated. Hopefully you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and we'll catch you on the next one.